Welcome to Transformations with Tara Sutphen. Tara Sutphen is the author of Blame It on Your Past Lives, Soul Agreements, and The Abenda Chronicles. Grammy-nominated audios, videos, and MP3 series. You can find these MP3 series now at TaraInsight.com.
Hey, welcome to Transformations with Tara. This is Tara Sutphen, and my guest and co-host is Jason D. McKean, and he is the voice of over 1 million home recordings sold throughout the world. And welcome, Jason. He has
Tara.
MP3s and everything.
Good morning. I love that heart on your coffee cup, your teacup.
Oh yeah, my teacup. It's Alaska cranberry tea.
What is it like fresh cranberries that you've hand squeezed into it?
I would like that. I may go and do that, right? Get my own cranberries, maybe.
Right, and just create your own infusions.
Mm-hmm.
What does the cup say?
I love you. I heart you.
I heart you.
Heart you.
Nice. Aren't you on iHeart? Doesn't this go onto iHeart radio?
It does.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. So fantastic.
Well, happy.
Yeah, that Spotify, iTunes. We're pretty much out there all over the place.
Happy pre-Valentine's Day.
Yes.
We're not quite there yet, but there's always time to express one's love, and I love you.
Yes, I love you too. And I just want to say too, because we were talking about iHeartRadio and Spotify, iTunes. We're produced by CTR Network, and we love them too.
I love you, Cameron.
Yes, Cameron and Davindia. They're all wonderful. The whole family.
Absolutely.
So anyway, now, so we're going to be talking today about how to become a love magnet. Hey, Jason.
A love magnet.
Yeah, a love magnet. Now, how do you become a love magnet? How would you become a love magnet?
Well, I already am.
How do you do it?
I am already a love magnet. So what's my secret? Well, I think that for one, it's like you have to recognize the source of where your love is, right? And to open up that source. It's like you can't close yourself off and expect love to find you. It's like it's a process of you working on because I feel that most people, everybody, it's like our heart center, that is the most sensitive part of ourselves, and we can get hurt, right? It's like we can be open and loving, and then just like get expectations crushed, and we can get hurt, and we can start to close ourselves off, and we can we can be vulnerability. It's but that vulnerability, that's that part of ourselves that we're looking to share.
Yeah, the squishy, beautiful part of you is the vulnerability.
Yeah. So looking to recognize that in yourself. What is that part of yourself, and how are you protecting it? And it's okay to protect layers of your heart too. It's like there's nothing wrong with that, but to be the magnet, right? It's like you have to be confident enough to share who it is that you are. And what's your secret?
Yeah.
What's your advice for opening up?
Yeah. No, secrets to being loved, because I do feel very loved in life generally. I extend myself. I'm always quite I can hold that sacred space to be loved for sure. Now, I think that we either, like a couple years ago before the pandemic, we were all going too fast, and sometimes so fast that we didn't stop long enough to like welcome love into our lives, because it takes, there's some nurturing that needs to go on, and you stop long enough to actually be loved and to love someone, correct? So we were going pretty fast, and then we got so slow that nobody like can meet anybody anymore. It's all on the internet now. If you don't go out on the internet, you really don't meet anybody, because you're not going, well, I mean, you can go to a restaurant, but even then, people aren't really talking a lot. You're not meeting a lot of people anymore. Most people aren't. I would say generally, I'm, a lot of places more than most people, meeting people, but, I'm working. Usually I'm just working. So it's different. Or hanging out with my friends. So it's a little different. But yeah. So how do you meet people? How do you become a magnet, as far as how do you become that magnet? And I don't think it's, when you meet people, you don't really want to change them. You want them to be whatever you were attracted to in the first place. I mean, don't they say that about men? They don't really want the woman to change ever from the day they met the woman. That's the role, that's the sight that they always want to see. So I think that.
Well, wait a sec. But does it flip? Is it also said that the woman will see the man as a project?
Yeah, project. So usually it's a project. Yeah.
It's like, I see potential in that. Well, I'll hang around as that potential unfolds, but
right.
30 years into it, I'm out of here.
Right.
It's like, my God, he didn't change at all. Ah.
No, we don't think like that.
It's a joke.
Well, no, I mean,
or is it?
I was married for a long time. You kind of think that, well, maybe. I mean, because things do change, and you don't know why they change. I mean, just all of a sudden it changes, and you don't.
Right. I mean, sometimes you're the change. Sometimes the change happens. It's like there's a lot of influences that have their say in our lives, and it's like life has a lot of change that can occur on a dime, or it can just take slow change over the years. And it's just like sometimes our perception just catches up, and it's like, what happened? It's like, where was I in all this? And it's just like, sometimes you're too busy just to like take stock of the daily progress, and you just wake up and it's just like everything is like the whole landscape is different. But yeah, it's like creating the magnetized self.
You okay? He's doing one of those snorting things, what they do sometimes.
Is he okay?
Catch it. Well, usually you put your hand on their nose and then it stops it.
Yeah, it interrupts their.
Bentley wanted some attention. My little beanie.
Love you too, Bentley.
Yeah, beanie boy. Yeah. Well, he's always a troll under the bridge. There's no getting away from it.
Whether he's just breathing.
Yeah.
He's the troll.
Yeah. Snoring, breathing, chewing on his bone. Yeah, eating. He's a pretty much troll, but he's a sweetest. Handshake thinks of it.
No, he's for Quasimodo. He's
baby.
He's fine. So with that idea of magnetizing, right? It's not just one area of our being that we magnetize. We look at it as a holistic process. One where we integrate our spirit. It's like I think at the core of it, it's understanding what we want as an individual. What helps. If you're looking for a partner, it's like, what is it that you're looking to do in life? Who are you? All right. What complements that? What enhances that? So you don't get with someone and then they take you out of that, and then you start, building frustration immediately, right? It's like you have to look to see, who you are, and then go from there. I thought this morning, but it's like the ABCs too of partnership, where it's like the very first thing that one looks for in a partner is availability.
Okay.
Right. That's the number one thing on the list is
That's
availability.
the number one thing. It is. It's the number one thing.
How many clients have you had? It's like, oh yeah, this is the perfect person for me. They're amazing, but they're married or they're
Unavailable and
unavailable.
Emotionally unavailable.
Absolutely.
Unavailable. They can be a lot of unavailabilities.
So as you magnetize yourself, through your own process, whether it's a meditation or, however one sets the stage within themselves, availability, that's number one. And then B is, you be yourself, right? You show up as your authentic self in it. And, we're always in the process of bettering ourselves, of, working on things that, if we're not 100% with, where it's like, it's like, I want to be better. I want to educate myself in this area. I want to have more experience, to build confidence. But, at the end of the day, it's you showing up in the relationship. And if you're putting forth something that's fake, then that's going to take a lot of energy to keep that up. And for the sustainability of it, it's like, forget it. Because at some point it's like that anything that's fake becomes, exposed, right? And it's like, so you have to be yourself. And then what's the C of the ABCs?
What is caring?
No, it's actually a trick, because it's about that person, that partner that you're with, that they have the ability to see you.
Oh, see you. Yes.
Where they're able to, see the real you, and not project, past relationships onto you,
Right.
where, or their own stuff, but they're able to see the real you and your path, where it is that you're headed, and all, so that it's there's this aligned relationship, and those are the ones where you can build towards the future, in those the long lasting ones, rather than the ones that are, can come together in the heat of passion, and then it's like, well, it's not really what I wanted, and all. It's like, when you're magnetizing yourself, when you're setting the stage within yourself, you're looking for these elements to be top of the list,
Right.
and everything else, because like, looks and all that, looks change.
Yes. Yeah, looks change. I'm a love magnet to the dogs. Now Sophia is coming in for her petting, and the dog I brought home from the Amazon in Brazil, not the company.
Yeah. It's an Amazon driver came and just dropped her off.
Yeah, no, I picked her up in the Amazon. Anyway, so she's coming over. Yeah, but
it's funny how we have to explain things. It's like, no, not that Amazon.
Yeah, who knew we'd ever have to explain the Amazon jungle?
Oh boy.
Yeah. So now, as far as being, the love that you want somebody to see, and, and not changing, but maybe you're enhancing yourself, like meditation building your confidence. A lot of times it's just building our confidence to know that we can be loved and we're worth it to be loved. You know, everybody's worth it to be loved. So what's the deal? You know, so many people are not getting in relationships. Somebody was telling me that their father a couple days ago, their father in a different country, who's a very good looking guy and who has totally his life together, you know, just can't seem to find the perfect woman either. But the bottom line is maybe they're looking for a certain type of woman and they're not. You know, they live in an area where, you know, they probably know everyone. So, you know, it's like choose.
Yeah, perfection that can get in the way of progress too. It's like, you know, it's like who's perfect?
Right. Well, people are looking for perfect for them, and it does happen. You know, I see it, and I see it when people like put their intention toward getting what they want for themselves.
Right. But I think that is, I think, you know, that's different than looking for perfection. You know, I think that, you know, setting that stage within yourself, that's what's on you, right? With every relationship, it's like, it's on the other person to show up as they are. And it's not something that we can control. And so,
No.
you know, setting that stage within our spirit, our core, so that we know who we are, what it is that we want to accomplish, what we need to do in life. And then, you know, opening up that heart center where we're willing to, you know, that sharing of ourself. It can start off, you know, at that level of just like, hi, my name is Jason, you know, and then just kind of go from there, right? It's like, you don't have to like go out on a first date and blah, you know, your whole life. And it's like, oh, and then he did this and that, you know, it's like that can be overwhelming for someone. So the layers that we're willing to share of who it is that we are, you know, that can be a slow build. And sometimes it's better,
Yeah.
you know, because it's like it allows for the other person to kind of come out of their shell too. And, you know, not feel like it's like one is rushing a process. It's like this, it can be really wonderful, actually. And I'm speaking from experience in that, you know, it's like I met my wife online, basically. I mean, that's where we started talking through emails. And it was something that each time that we wrote to each other, there was a new layer that was.
Well, I think you should talk about how you guys met. I mean, you know, Jason was working, and she got a bad CD.
She, yeah.
No, I mean, this wasn't on online dating. It was through letters, though, that they got to know each other. And I knew Sue for years.
Yeah. And
I'd given her a reading. I'd given her a reading at a retreat in Lake Arrowhead. We had a 7-day retreat that she came to, and I gave her a reading that said she would meet like a wild Celtic man. And I didn't at the time. I said, gosh, you'll be in California. She lived in New York City at the time. I said, I see California. I see Southern California. You know, I was telling her all this stuff, but, you know, and I saw you, but I didn't connect you entirely. You know, it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to introduce you to my brother. You know, I didn't think like that.
Yeah, it was, and
it was funny. I gave her all the points
to like, just, you know, set it up. Like initially it's like Sue went to a psychic in New York, and the psychic told her, it's like, you'll meet your soulmate if you go to a seminar in Sedona. And that seminar happened to be, your seminar.
Isn't that just wild?
And it was, things, I think I didn't even know her as a person who was going to, until that CD
Right.
like came up. It was a defective, just had a skip on it, and she wanted it fixed. And because of her persistence, it's like, I saw her through that process, kind of like a customer service process. And then she asked me like a question like, oh, so, what have you been up to, in emails. It wasn't via phone. And so I wrote, well, I'm working on a classical music piece and all. And she wrote back saying, oh, I went to a conservatory for music. I played piano and all that, sang opera at Juilliard. And it's like, oh, that's interesting. My dad was an opera singer, and then it's just like, it just went back and forth for months like that, just all these layers being uncovered. So, that can happen where, it's like a slow, just uncovering of all these layers of interest and all. And so by the time that we actually met, that I flew out to New York, it's like, there was this informational understanding of one another, but it's like the energy matched too. And it was just, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah, I know. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys had fun. And it was so fun, Jason, going off to New York and to meet this beautiful woman that I already knew. So it was
this wild adventure.
Yeah.
And, it's like
clicked.
That type of, where you put your neck out, right? You like take that chance, right, that you can, meet someone who is a true partner.
Right.
That's what we look for. That we look for that complementary energy. And there's, again, because of the work that both of us do, it's like, we can meet couples or individuals who are just in a place of frustration, and it's because they've lost that alignment. Either that alignment, it was shaky to start with, or they've lost that alignment of partnership, of where it feels like you're both moving towards a similar direction. It's just like, these divergent paths that don't come together, that don't do the, where you're constantly, moving apart, coming together like a DNA strand, where it's this organic energy. It's like, just like, and then it's like, and, can one ever recapture that? All right. There's a lot of charlatans out there who will say, oh yeah, we'll get your ex back, and it's like, no, it's like that's not.
Well, sometimes the shamanic signs are not to have the ex. That's why the shamanic sign of not being together came in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. And so,
or you postpone it, because a lot of people are busy and, they postpone being together as well.
Yeah. So, again, setting the stage, becoming the magnet. It's like, I look in the tarot as the cups as being that heart center where we can do that work of magnetizing ourselves, so that, we put out like, that energy, this is what I'm looking for. This is my intention. And so that, we can attract, similar, energy or complementary energy. That it's magnets are, it's like the opposing,
Right.
is what,
Right.
draws it forward. And that's what we look for is that complementary energy. It's like, you're not necessarily looking for the exact same person, as you are, because that there may be too much competition in that. But
Very much so.
Looking for the complimentary.
Yes, the complimentary. Right. So you have things to talk about, and things to, being open to each other, not scoffing. That usually doesn't lead to really a good relationship, the scoffing.
What to tease each other and
No, and to be bored with each other. Now, more of a true scoff, not just a tea scoff. Tea scoff's okay. Teasing's okay. Truth and jest, though, does come. There's a lot of truth and jest, so you got to be careful.
well,
If you study any of those concepts, the psychological concepts, and you're always kind of, what people are really thinking, what they're doing. But you just want to be vulnerable and sweet and kind. What is it that what we all remember is how someone makes us feel, period. That's kind of the bottom line. It's the bottom line. People make you feel good about yourself or about them, then, it's kind of like a win-win. It's really a win-win.
yeah. So, any big plans for Valentine's Day?
No plans. No, probably do my horses and my, hang out with my doggies and work probably on that day.
Mm-hmm.
No big plans for Tara. How about for you, Jason? What do you have planned for Sue?
I think that that day we've been doing a lot of hiking lately. We've been just taking the dogs out and going somewhere and just hiking around and taking a lot of photos.
I know you guys have been having so much fun.
Yeah,
really wonderful to see you guys have so much fun.
And Sue is an amazing photographer.
Yeah.
Right. And that's kind of like, again, where things can just kind of work, right? Because it's like, as a Leo, I am fine being the model.
Yes, for all these fun pictures. Yes.
And she is like an amazing photographer. So
well, you're an amazing
works.
artist too. So, both of you should, be fun.
Yeah. Well, she doesn't like her picture being taken.
I know, that's too bad. I mean,
So it's like, what's an artist to do, right? It's like sometimes I'll sneak a few when she's not looking.
No, but it's so great. It's so great to have your picture taken. It's great to capture your life.
It is a moment in time, and it is a way of, just kind of triggering like a memory, right?
I say that, with thousands of pictures, kids been going through. Yeah. It's so much fun.
I mean, you can relive a memory for sure in it, and I think there are some pictures like when we're out that are just that capture it. It's like, one or two that just really capture it, and the rest are good attempts at it. But there's there's always a few that just really stand out. It's like, oh yeah, that's it. That's the one that really does it. So, but it's like in relationships, it is something, again, to find activities that you're both bringing your expertise or your qualities to, the things that you like doing, and we really like hiking around. Sue is like, she's looking at plants and all these the nature of things.
And you're watering plants in the desert. I mean, can you imagine? See, okay, this is how my mind works. Is like, okay, I watered the plant, but who's going to keep watering it? So it's like, I need to like vibrationally, like, okay, everybody wants to water this plant. Everyone passes it. It's like, oh my gosh, the responsibility. click it
Yeah,
into something you love.
I mean, fortunately for the plant, it's not like it's a gardenia or something in the desert. It's like it's a desert plant,
Yeah, of
it's
course.
wired for survival.
That's good. See, you get real practical about it, to whereas I'm more nurturing. I want to take care of it. Like, oh gosh, I hope that everybody stops. Okay, and marker such and such, there's a plant 15 steps to the left that if you water it, I'd be really happy.
Yeah, they need to hire a park ranger who assigns, that task, to like everyone. It's like, okay, if you're going to be in that space, you need to like water the plant. You're on watering duty. And it's like, I'm just here on a vacation. It's like, you thought you were, but you're actually, I'm assigning you this. No, it's
coming through the gate. Yeah, it's funny.
Maybe the plant is magnetizing itself to say, hey, I am open.
Well, that's why I said I give it to extra energy, like, oh, everybody's attracted to it. Everybody.
Yeah.
Come on, magnetize yourself.
And what's love, right? That is like, being watered, right? It's being nourished. It's when we're able to express it and also receive it. It's like, we nourish our own being. We feel connected to the larger energy. We don't feel isolated. We don't feel like alone.
Right. The larger energy. Well, yeah, somebody was talking to me about being alone the other day and how they're lonely. And I said, well, don't you feel like it's an opportunity to have your own time? Like you're not slaving away for somebody else or for a company. You actually have time to do what you'd like to do. So what would you like to do? That's the thing, is that you have to change your mindset on what is it that you want to do. What kind of friends do you want to hang out with? Because, you have an opportunity to go to a book club or a exercise class or to different areas where maybe you'll find some friends. It might take a while, but, start doing it.
Mm-hmm.
The meetups, the, clubs in your area.
Yeah, I mean, what's wonderful about the meetups and all, even if it's online and all, it's like, it's like you may not find exactly what you're looking for in every single event, but it's like you can learn something new about yourself. Like if something is definitely not within your taste, it's like, oh, okay, well, I know that. I don't want that. Sometimes that's a way of narrowing it down so that you can find what it is that you like. And those people of matching frequencies, or the again, kind of the complementary energies.
Yeah, complementary energies. Yeah, and that's what we're looking for. Because, nothing, and sometimes, I know a lot of people who want that spark where it's, the slam, it's a thunderstruck. You want the thunderstruck, and you can have that occasionally, there's a thunderstruck, but even if you thunderstrike, you don't necessarily come together because, it has to take a willingness and an effort. There has to be an effort there.
So are you talking about that meeting of someone where it's like,
yeah.
The cosmic, oh my God, it's my soulmate.
And maybe they expect it to be one-sided, but it can't be one-sided. There has to be some duality in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the, the sustainability of it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because there can be that excitement at first, but it's like, keeping, I feel relationships that they transform,
right?
That they deepen. It's like people when I'm reading for them and they're looking for love, and then the Ace of Cups comes up, and it's just like, oh my God, I'm gonna like meet someone and all that's it's an opportunity, right?
There are opportunities, potentials
to meet, but it's like you don't want to be in that first date energy with someone over the long haul, because you want to be able to deepen something. You want to be able to have shared experiences where you build trust, and all.
Right.
It doesn't have to be just that. I mean, it can have like an excitement level, but the vast majority of relationships don't go into a place of where, you see someone and it's like, oh my God, butterflies in my stomach and all. It's like you move through, to another level where there's a confidence in, being with someone, and you deepen your relationship with them.
Right.
At least, it's like, there have been times, of course, when, it's like, Sue's been gone for like a couple weeks, and then when she comes back, it's like, oh my God, I get to see you. It's like when the dogs like, come to the door and greet you. It's like, where have you been? Oh my God, I missed you.
Yeah.
It's like, I just went to the mailbox.
Right. That is pretty funny, isn't it? Yeah. I
thought you were never coming back.
Yeah. I know. So cute. Yeah. Well, no, it is. It's nice. And it's nice to be really thankful when, people in your life that are in your life every day, that you're thankful to see them again. I think of myself as a very consistent person. I'm consistent. I keep animals from the moment they're born to the moment they die. I'm completely, get along with all my siblings, all my cousins, all my relatives. I mean, all my friends, everybody. I'm usually pretty consistent. Yeah. But, in love relationships, I've been consistent there too. But, things change. So it's just what is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking for that, not perfect one, but perfect for, whatever that I need upcoming.
Yeah. That complimentary one, right?
Complimentary one. Yeah.
I mean, don't you feel that like, like, because there's at every age or, every time in life, there's just different, reasons for having relationships, right?
Yeah.
It's like, there's always a companionship level, but one isn't always like building a family, right? It's like,
Right.
there's when you're older, it's like you're not there just to let's procreate, let's have kids, it's like, yeah, but we're 80 years old,
Well,
it's like,
you still procreate and pretend you're gonna have kids. But yeah, I know what you mean. Nice cup of tea with an I love you cup is just as happy.
Right. Right. Just like, it's like the activities, it's like, it's not like, yeah, let's go to rock concerts and, all this energy that it takes is like, traffic. It's too many people, forget it,
It's funny.
and that's when you're in your 40s.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I've listened to my kids all say things. Oh, well, that's maybe too much effort. Like,
right. It's like, you're 30 years old.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you talking about? When I was 30.
It's like, I climbed the Empire State Building 5 times.
About that, but yeah. So now to be a magnet, I would say that, like meditation is really good as far as just, and putting some love energy into, like, the God light of love, just to be in the unconditional part of yourself, to allow yourself to shine, allow yourself to be loved on an everyday unconditional way. So, like Valentine's Day, I'll have a great day because, usually every day is a great day. So, but that's because my viewpoint and my perspective and my, willingness to, work toward having those wonderful days every day. I don't look at the glass as half empty. I always look at it as half full. So, I'm never lonely. I have plenty of work to do, plenty of clients to talk to. If anything, I'm always talking a little bit too much. So well, let's, you know, I need those downtimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So the thing is that how do you become a love magnet? Is you just become one.
And I think it's important to recognize what that feeling of love too, at just a core, feeling too. It's like, I've been doing these meditation practices in the evening where just releasing stuff, but just opening up my heart center too. And when I feel myself smiling, I know I'm there in that space where it's just a natural, just like, and like a big smile. And it's an authentic, just releasing, right? And being able to feel that lightness,
right?
Where one is not just holding on, it's like, and it's like the killer of genuine love is expectations.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, well, if I give this much love to someone else, then I'd better get this much back.
It's a vulnerability thing. It's your vulnerability, and sometimes people's vulnerability has been crushed many times. We know that. We do know that. And that you don't want to put yourself out there to be crushed or just to be put up with it. Maybe you don't attract the right people in your mind. That's what you're feeling. But the thing is that, remember, you're attracting the right people now. You take the high road, you take the low road. Take the high road, just take it. Bring your vibration up. Know that you're going to be loved. Know that you are loved. Stop thinking that, the house is going to fall down on you. Get going. Dust yourself off and get going again. Yeah. Be good to yourself. The bottom line is being good to ourselves each and every day.
Absolutely.
Drink plenty of water. I watch everybody, like reach for the potato chips, but, reach for a salad. Some veggies are good.
Don't they make salad flavored Doritos?
I don't buy those. Guess who doesn't buy Doritos? Okay, I have a funny story about Doritos, though. Is I had an English and an Irish roommates when I was in my early 20s, and Seamus, the Irish guy, he brought his English girlfriend Doritos every day after work as a present. And I watched her get it bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah, in a year, she was pretty heavy. And she was the cutest girl. It was like, what are you doing? She liked her present of Doritos. And so that's why, to this day, I never eat Doritos. Sorry, Doritos. Yeah, because, they are good, but.
Yeah, Transformation, sponsored by, I guess not now. Blew that contract. Sorry, Cameron.
No, one of my best friends in New Zealand, everybody knows Jules. Anyway, Jules loves American Doritos, loves. So I'm always buying them for her to take it in my suitcase. But, because Australia makes them too, but they aren't, she says they aren't American ones.
They aren't like naughty as far as
something about the taste, the different, the different ingredients that we put in.
Like all the good stuff has been taken out.
Yeah, something. I don't know. So anyway, but yeah. So yeah, show your love in a little bit different way. Yeah, maybe not like how the guy did.
Find healthy expressions of it.
Healthy expressions. Yeah. Yeah, because they were a lovely couple. Lovely. I'm sure they still are. I'm sure they're together. They were lovely. But,
Yeah, I think that, the magnetic part of love relationships is that, there's, again, I kind of look at it through the lens of the tarot, where it looks to, take what's within and then embody that into the physical, because that we're both spiritual and physical beings. And so we look to be a true embodiment of who it is that we are within. And that means that we are looking for a sustainability. We do look for in our physical life, looking for that which is um, consistent, so that we don't do something that's unhealthy and then have to live with the consequence of that.
Yes.
And so with our,
Well, I mean, it doesn't help to you're trying to magnetize yourself in the right ways, in everything. And then, because I believe in mind programming, that's what I do. So, I want everybody to be on that track. Magnetize yourself, of course. How you do it is the programming, meditation, visualizations, reaching for the right things, saying the right words, moving your body to do the right things, period. That's how you find your way out of everything and anything. Yeah. And so love is, you can't control other people, but you can control how you react or how you love. And so you just put your best foot forward at all times.
Wonderful. Are people like, because you're doing a couple seminars upcoming,
I am.
and are people like gonna like learn how to kind of better magnetize themselves
sure.
too?
Yes, I have a psychic seminar. So it's a Sedona psychic seminar, and that is March 19th and 20th. And if you come in the 18th, I think I'm going to have a moon ritual on the night of the 18th, because it's the full moon. Ooh. Oh yeah, and I'm renting that ranch, so you guys, it's pretty cool, very cool. And then the next weekend, and I made it so it's side by side so that most people want to stay during, you get to Sedona and you love it so much that you want to meditate and stay in the vortexes and stuff. So the people who can stay, I'm having a shaman apex the next weekend, which is the gathering of healers. And so I'm renting the ranch, and the ranch is, so you can then, just, work on whatever it is that you need healed in your life. There's 4 practitioners there that are shamanic. And so they help you get through whatever it is that you've been going through. And so it's like, it's really fun. I mean, last time we just had a blast. So you can go to Terra Insight and my Instagram. You can leave a private message. If you're interested, you can go to my website at terrainsight.com and register. It's under the seminar section. And then Jason's going to be there. Swell Canum's going to be there. He is a Lummi elder and a virtuoso on the violin. He plays for the Seattle Symphony. He's fabulous and such a wonderful person. Yeah. And then we have Soaring Eagle, who also is very cool. And he is an axotonal practitioner, and he is really great. So that shifts your energy.
Yeah, it's what's wonderful about it is that everyone brings something different, a different modality or way of healing, but the energy is all, it's so sincere. It's like it's pretty energetic. It's like it's a very high vibration. Right. All of the modalities used. and everyone's their
You
their
can't stay
personalities.
on the ranch. I mean, there's a few rooms, but I already think they're already taken actually. So but the few rooms that are on the ranch, and then there's Airbnbs, there's camping, there's hotels, and even though it's March, the end of March, it's already really warm in Southern California, so maybe in Arizona then too. So so the land itself has a medicine wheel that has been made by somebody really special in Sedona, and it is gorgeous. And then there's a labyrinth. The labyrinth will be in 1,000 years. They'll wonder who did what with that labyrinth, because it's big dolmen stones and it's beautiful. And then there's the Rinpoches have now come in, and they're preparing the land for a big stupa. And so stupas are guardians of the land. And so the stupa will look out to one of the vortexes. It's going to be fabulous. So this is very special land, very special ranch. The guardian that owns the ranch, she's wonderful. So, we're going to have a great time.
That's so great.
Everybody,
I mean,
welcome to come. Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, it's great.
So much.
Yeah.
So people can read about it. They're at terrainsight.com.
Yes. Yes. So anyway, Jason, magnetizing yourself for love. So now, what are some of your rituals for Valentine's Day? What do you guys do? Like have a nice meal together? Do you hold hands more, or do you always just do that anyway?
Well, what's funny about that is that, in Malibu, it's like everyone else comes to Malibu. Everyone else, it's like, oh yeah, we booked, one of the restaurants months in advance, so that we could, spend Valentine's Day looking out the ocean. But since we're already here, it's like, we'll probably, go somewhere else. And yeah, it's like we will, look for, a nice Indian restaurant or Chinese restaurant or something, that's just like kind of out of our norm here, in this area. And, but like, just, spend, I think there will be some hiking involved. And then I have a class on Monday night. Yeah. And it's a tarot class, and so that will happen too. So so hiking during probably the morning, and then it's been hot. It's been in the 80s.
Yeah, well, the rest of the country doesn't really like to hear that, or maybe even the rest of the world.
Well, too bad, rest of the country. But
I mean, New Zealand's probably fine with it, and they're hot right now, and Argentina and Australia, they're hot right now.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about 80 degrees in February. Let's take it down a notch.
Yeah, I think next week it's supposed to go down a little bit.
It's like, back off, son.
Yes. But yeah.
So let's make that happen, right? Okay.
Right.
No, you're right. It is supposed to back off just a little bit, but yeah, there's nothing that's too out of the ordinary too, as far as like Valentine's Day. Because it's every day is the opportunity to deepen one's relationship, and one day it's like it helps kind of focus it, but there will be chocolate involved.
Yes,
that's guaranteed.
Yeah, I don't think so for me this year, but
well, they have chocolates with salad inside.
Yeah.
That salad filling.
Right. No, I love chocolate, but I'll have enough of it in Easter with Everest.
There you go. There you go. Save it up.
I'm saving it up.
It's just it's like a tally, of like, well, I'm gonna fill my chocolate quota.
Yeah, somebody, and a lot of
Easter.
people, they love to eat chocolate every day. But yeah. Anyway, but the thing is that, I think almost to step outside your shell, even if you're a very loving person and you feel that, you're not getting enough in your life, just make sure to extend that love, like bump up that energy to include other people in it. It can be the store clerks, it can be the gas station people, it can be anybody, just start, allowing yourself to be more of a magnet. It's not all about keeping it inside. It's about just, being in the aura of it, like these beautiful roses.
Yeah. Beautiful. Wonderfully said. Thank you. Thank you, Tara.
Yeah. So anyway, you can find Jason at
JasonDMcKean.com. I've been offering soul path tarot readings, and those are like energy readings. See where you're at. See if you're like holding on to your energy, or if you're, letting it be able to, be felt and seen by others.
Right. And you can find me at TaraInsight.com, TaraInsight.com. I try not to have you have to spell Sutphen. You have a hard time with that after all. Right.
That's hilarious.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Happy Valentine's Day to you and Sue.
Thank you. Thank you. And the same with you and Bentley.
Yeah, Beanie and
Sophia and Ghosty and everyone.
Yeah, and Bella and Lyrica.
Yeah, have a wonderful expression of love and wholeness.
Yes, it's all good.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks for being on the show today, and blessings, everyone. Lots of love, lots of Valentine's love.